Hi, you guys. Hello. How are you today? Happy Monday. Happy March the 1st. Hello, March. Here we go. Here we go. Spring equinox is upon us. Springtime. We will get more hours in the day, more sunshine, maybe some flowers blooming. New life, you guys. New life is here. We have that new moon in Pisces on the 13th. We also have that square between Saturn and Uranus for the most of this year. So I know you guys may be feeling that sort of dichotomy of new and old, working through that in between world experience. We just had that full moon in Virgo energy. I'm still sort of feeling it. That's energy around really addressing our self-care and our habits and our rituals. And, you know, where is Virgo? Do you have any Virgo energy in your chart? I have my Virgo, my Venus in Virgo. So I've definitely felt that in terms of my heart and things related to that energy. So anyways, how's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? Are we navigating these energies? I heard something today that I think is really powerful and really in alignment with a lot of the things that I have been hearing and sharing, and maybe some of the things you all have been hearing and sharing too. David Hawkins, he writes that book, Power versus Force. And there was a quote, I didn't write it down exactly. I'll write it down and share it sometime this week, but it's about being in the space of love and how being love isn't a feeling. It isn't an emotion. It is just a state of being. You're just being love. You're just being unconditionally love. And how you do that is really just operating in an anchored heart. Everything from your heart. Everything that you're doing is operating from the frequency of your heart. And when you're operating in that space, you're just evolving your consciousness to a degree of wholeness. And being that energy just magnetizes like whatever it is that you want in your reality. It's becoming that energy and then magnetizing that energy and just being that vortex. So you guys really just embodying that is what this journey is really all about, and anchoring into that will give you the clarity to focus on what is going to be your mission, what is going to be your intention on your purpose for contributing to the greater good while you're here on this earth plane during this lifetime. It's a magical time to be here. So there you have it. Okay, that's your Monday morning message. Really just getting anchored in the state of being love and operating from that frequency and getting really clear about how does that look, practicing that way of being, and then from that space, magnetizing what it is that you want to cultivate in your reality that is anchored from that place of love, and then really getting clear about your mission, your intention, and your intention to give back and be a contribution. So let's see what the animals have to say today. Okay. Monday, March 1st, 2021. Dolphin spirit. This and that are true. Mouse spirit. Tend to the small things. Yeah. Swan spirit. Take a deep dive. Okay. All three of these cards are in the direction of the future. Okay. We are in that space of moving forward, future forward, no longer past, future forward. Okay, so allowing for what was in the past to be what it was, to have your truth, and to allow whatever truth exists out into the quantum, into the space around you, to be true too. To just allow people to have their truth and their existence, and you have your truth and your existence, and you just focus on the things that you can control and your reality, and you take time to take a really deep dive at looking at yourself in a way that is really anchored in your heart and responsible. Looking at your shadow sides, taking a deep dive and looking at how you really just become love, how you really just embody that energy and anchor into it and operate from that state of being going forward. Trusting yourself. What does it feel like to just be unwavering, clear, intentional, unconditional love? And just being that. What does that mean? This is the time to really just control what you can in your space. Allow for what exists around you, and just to take a deep dive at looking at who you want to be and start being that. I'm really practicing on, for me, what I've been really embodying is the energy of just being with people and being that love and just allowing people to be who they're going to be without having any judgment or opinion or assessment or anything to that degree, just allowing for people to just be who they are and just be with that. And practicing being love when I'm just being that. And what does that actually mean for me to actually be that energy, and what it's really bringing to the light is the things that I have impatience around, the things that I struggle with related to being with people. And so in that space, I'm learning about myself. I'm learning about how then can I help people if I struggle with being with them? How can I be with people if I struggle with being with them? So like just really seeing things when you do this work about yourself that helps you grow and evolve into a higher consciousness of love. You know, like the mouse spirit is tending to the small things and allowing for just to exist. It's like I might struggle with people's opinions about certain philosophies, but what if I can just be with their philosophies and just love and not have any opinion or judgment or assessment about however somebody else thinks? They're just being who they are. You're just being who you are. And that's the magic of just being in the here and now and being present and creating from that space, being that energy of brain and heart coherence and allowing for the synchronicities to come to you that will evolve you and pull you forward to a future that is really in alignment with the frequencies that you are emanating. So let's see where we go with this on this lovely Monday. It's a nice day. I don't know if you can see, there are some blue sky out there. There's a little cloud, but a lot of blue. I went on a walk this morning, did some meditation, hung out with Bud. 3 of Wands, yes. Getting anchored in your choices and your options, seeing which direction to go in, because you're learning some new things. Some new messages are able to come through now that you're doing the work that you haven't been wanting to see or hear. And so seeing things from a new perspective in this Piscean energy to help you move forward, trusting in your dream state around, let's see, let me pull all these cards out. Oh, interesting. Okay, you guys, you haven't been wanting to see, you've been blocking yourself from seeing some things new. And you might have been trying to convince yourself and being at odds with yourself about whatever these conflicting messages have been that have kept you from moving forward related to how you have love in your life. What does internal self-love look like? What does that experience actually feel like? How do you embody that energy? You haven't been wanting to see things for the truth of the matter, and you may have been at odds with yourself about that. And by holding this space for yourself is going to give you the opportunity to see these things. You can ask for some guidance from Spirit to help you see these things in your dream, because the Piscean energy is all about your dreams and dreaming, and really it's the most emotional a water sign And it's also this opportunity for you to really go deep and trust your trust your downloads, your psychic abilities. What messages are coming through right now? What information are you receiving? And really seeing the conflicting messages that haven't been in the up and up, or that may have been sneaky to you, that may have been disillusioned, that you haven't been wanting to see. And you're going to start to move in the direction of coherence and self-love, and really release and let go of hurt, heartache, imbalance, and get anchored into gratitude and just being grateful for this opportunity that you do have to create a new life for yourself. No longer holding on to loss and lack, releasing and letting go of, getting to nothing. You might have to get completely to nothing to create something new and magical and be really inspired. I think that's really what's happening here. You are really releasing and letting go of all of the materialism, and you're really getting anchored in birthing something new and trusting the unknown and being inspired in that. Being inspired in the unknown. I mean, that is a really interesting idea. How can you be inspired in a space of complete unknown? Several years ago, I was going through a very difficult time. My partner passed away suddenly, and I was not prepared to face that reality. I was in my early 30s, and it happened in a way that I wasn't prepared for. I did have some concerns that I was receiving some downloads that I wasn't trusting. And in hindsight now, I have better know-how in receiving information when it comes into my peripheral. I experienced this loss, and it debilitated me in a way that really was life-altering. Will always have changed the trajectory of my life from this point forward. And I remember talking to my girlfriend Hannah about just going through my grief and like, how was I ever going to go forward in my life without this relationship? Because I did think that this relationship might be the relationship that was going to be forever. I didn't know that for sure, but it was something that I was definitely working through. And when he died, I was very confronted with, now what do I do? How do I go on with my life? How do I face my life in the space of something completely altering in a way that I had no idea was going to happen? And my girlfriend said to me, you're now at nothing. You have a completely blank slate to create from. You don't have to ever worry and fear about that ever again. He can be at peace, and you can create something completely from nothing. Okay? So this is why I say that. The Five of Pentacles is here. This card is like the card of complete loss. This is the card of complete abandonment and loss. But after that card is the Empress, which is the card of complete and utter birth. Pure, grounded, tangible birth. Loss is the catalyst to creation. Loss is the catalyst to union. The Moon is here to say, trust in the mystery of the unknown, in the space of the unknown. And then the Ace of Wands is here to create the space of inspiration. When you're at nothing, when you're at a complete loss of everything, and you are in a space of clearing, anything can be possible. You can create anything from that space. So getting to that space to get really clear about being at nothing, you can create anything. Anything you want. Anything that you think is possible, you can create from nothing. Getting to nothing to create anything is just a magical experience. And then from that space, you can get really clear about how you want to be giving, how you want How in a space of gratitude, you are then, by giving, receiving. It is the giver that is the ultimate receiver. It is the space of grace and gratitude where abundance just manifests, where opportunity just shows up. You don't have to go anywhere, but be in that energy and allow for what's to come to cultivate itself. It is just a very magical experience, and it is a very difficult one to get to. Because the Three of Swords is here and the Five of Pentacles is here. This is loss. The Seven of Swords is here. Loss, confusion, devastation, lack of clarity, denial, sleepless nights. You have gone through it. You have really been in some darkness. You have been in some dark energy. You have really gone through the ringer to get to the place of actually really creating something from that space. If you can create something from that space, anything is possible. Loss is the catalyst to creation. So, you guys, use this opportunity to control what you can, to really create the space around you that is in alignment and anchored in complete and ultimate love. Let go of what is not for you. Let go of any energetic frequency that isn't in alignment with your ability to create magic, okay? And really take a deep dive at looking at the parts of yourself that have been conflicting and interfering, that you may have been in denial about, that have been hurtful, that have been imbalanced, and that have created loss and lack in your life. That lack mentality, that loss mentality. Really getting clear about those experiences and learning some new things and seeing things from a new perspective will move you into the space of birthing something powerful, inspired, truthful, Ace of Cups, internal self-love. This is awesome, and it's not easy. There is some darkness here that has been in the space that you haven't been wanting to see, that has kept you from moving forward, that you are now creating the space to see so that you can catalyze something magical going forward. Okay? Trust it. Know it's going to come. You're going to receive the messages. It's going to birth from your solar plexus. You're going to be guided in the moonlight, in that darkness, for inspiration to be cultivated in those spaces where you're really looking in these dark crevices of your being. Mending, yes. Orphaned, you're feeling really alone right now. But the truth, be honest with yourself. Be honest with what needs to be healed. The Five of Pentacles and the Orphan card here is really an interesting thing. You're really in a space of loss right now. You're really going through a loss right now. But just, you're gonna get the truth. You're gonna get the justice that you deserve. You're gonna get what you want. You're gonna get, things are gonna balance out in a way that's going to move you forward, that's gonna catalyze you towards abundance and love, okay? So that's the good news. The Ace of Wands is here. The Ace of Cups is here. The Empress is here. The Moon is here. The Fool is here. The new beginning is on. You're at the new beginning. You're here in this Piscean energy. Trust what's going to come to you. Open your heart. Get anchored in that state of being of love. Mend. Heal yourself. And heal all the toxicity around you by healing yourself. Trust in the magic. Trust in the unknown. Trust in yourself. Be that space of grace. Ask Spirit to show you the way and to bring you the messages. Set the intention before you go to sleep. Ask the information to come into your dreams. Really see the conflicting turmoil that you have put yourself through that has held you back, and really release and let go so that you can move forward in a state of grace that is really exciting and balanced and loving. Okay? And trust in the great mystery of this. Yes, you guys. All right. Happy March. Welcome. Welcome to a new month, to a new energy, to a new space of being. All right, you guys. Have a good rest of your day. If you like the content I'm creating, please do like, share, and subscribe. I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.